After finishing with the best record in the Western Conference last season, albeit coming on a tiebreaker, the Oklahoma City Thunder are looking to build off what they did, and getting further in the second round while doing it. And well, they're off to a pretty good start. They're one of only 4 undefeated teams remaining at the time when I'm recording this video. And of the 4, they have arguably the most room for improvement. The other 3 have been playing incredible on both ends of the court and arguably at their peak, with those being Boston, Cleveland, and the LA Lakers. But the Thunder have low-key been underwhelming offensively, and yet they have still been winning by an average of 19.3 points per game. Yeah, pretty incredible. They're only the 18th rated offense so far, and the only undefeated team outside the top 5, let alone the top 10 or 15. Are only 11th in points per game at 114.7, and again, the only undefeated team outside the top 5. And then for their efficiency, they're only 17th in field goal percentage at 44.4%, and then 28th at 3-point percentage, under 28%. Making it pretty impressive how they're undefeated. It's definitely hard to win in today's NBA with a bad 3-point shooting percentage, let alone be undefeated through 3 games. And no, they have not been spamming free throw attempts or getting to the line 100 times per game to make up for it. They have only been averaging 21.3 free throw attempts per game, 27th in the NBA. So if they're not shooting well, not getting to the free throw line, nor dominating with second chance points, only being 16th in offensive rebounds per game, how could they possibly be 3-0, let alone be winning by an average of nearly 20 points per game? Well, they've simply been that good on defense, along with being completely in control of the game at all times. They have been by far the best defense, currently having a 90.8 defensive rating, over 5 points better than the team in second, and then nearly 10 points better than the team in third. And again, only talking about 3 games here, but to be that much better than everybody else that quickly is very impressive. They have held their opponents to 36.7% from the field shooting and 26.2% from the 3-point line, and not to mention only 95.3 points per game, the only team in the NBA that's holding their opponent to under 100 points per game, with the second closest being Golden State with 100.7 per game, over 5 points per game more. And the way they have been doing it is a combination of on-ball pressure, constantly at that, great rim protection, and great switchability on defense. They are currently second in steals per game with 12.3, and then being first in blocks per game with 10. Or in other words, averaging 22.2 stocks per game, combined steals and blocks, nearly 5 more than any other team, again. But even with those takeaways and blocks per game, they're only 9th in points per game off turnovers with 20 per game, and then 15th in fast break points per game with 15. They're causing plenty of mayhem on defense, but have not been able to translate that into points on the other end of the court, neither in the fast break or open court, or within the half-court setting either, being underwhelming shooting the ball and converting a bunch of their shot attempts. But again, I don't think that's really a bad thing for their team. With how good they have already proven to be offensively, dating back to last season, and how much growing talent they have offensively, I think it's literally nothing to be worried about at all. And if anything, it shows how much more they have to build off of. And then on top of all that, they are playing without their likely starting center, Isaiah Hartenstein, who likely won't be back for another month. And although that's something to look forward to, it has given us a great look at year 2 of a healthy Chet Holmgren in that role, currently leading the entire league with 4.3 blocks per game, 1.3 steals per game, and then 13 rebounds per game, 3 of which are offensive rebounds per game. And with him being that dominant, he's looking like a new contender to the quote-unquote Big 4 of the Defensive Player of the Year race, between Rudy Gobert, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo, and Victor Wembanyama. Right now, Chet Holmgren is averaging more blocks per game than Victor Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert combined, and then has been just as good, if not a better shot blocker and rim protector than any of them. More switchable compared to Rudy Gobert, and then nearly as switchable compared to Bam Adebayo, Anthony Davis, and Wemby. I mean, Chet already looked pretty damn good defensively last season, but now he's become outright dominant, being a little bit more bulked up, but simply having better timing and better knowing at where to be on the court at all times. And well, we've seen plenty of it already. Even apart from rim protection or Chet Holmgren alone though, they've had plenty of good defense all over the court, especially at the point of attack, and nearly been as good if not better than their rim protection. Between Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Lou Dort, and Jalen Williams in his starting lineup, and then with Caruso and Wallace off the bench, that is really what dreams are made of defensively. constant on-ball pressure, elite defense, switchable defense, and then outright causing mayhem on defense too. Currently between the three of Shea, Caruso, and Wallace, they're averaging 7.4 steals per game. That's only between 3 players. That's actually more than some teams are averaging in the steal department right now. In fact, those 3 are currently averaging more steals per game than 8 different teams. No, not 3 individuals on different teams, but 8 entire teams. Pretty damn impressive. And it really tells you about how much of a hell nightmare it is to match up with them. Not only offensively to contain them, which again they will get better as the year goes on, but then trying to take on their defense. Between the point of attack defense with Shea, Caruso, Lou Dort, Jalen Williams, and the list goes on, and then the rim protection with Chet Holmgren, they're truly a nightmare to try to score on. And they're virtually impossible to make a pass further than 10 feet apart against, currently averaging 22 deflections per game, second in the entire league, and 12.3 of their 22 deflections per game directly turn into steals. Opponents are currently turning the ball over 20.7 times per game against them, number 1 in the entire league, and unlike many other teams that currently have inflated numbers, especially on defense, I don't think that'll be the case for Oklahoma City. Not only do they have the talent and youth to maintain it, but they simply want to play defense like this. They have committed defenders that actually want to get up in your face and defend, and want to make you turn the ball over as well. It's pretty uncommon in the NBA to have this many good and committed defenders, let alone with them being pretty good on offense too, but Oklahoma City has found a way to do it. And again, they don't even have Isaiah Hartenstein back yet, who by many defensive metrics was top 10 in the NBA last season, so get ready for that as well. With that being said though, when, not if the Thunder get going offensively, there might not be a more well-rounded and better team in the entire league. Boston probably does and will be more dangerous offensively if you ask me, but nobody is better than OKC from a two-way standpoint. And at the end of the day, we talk about two-way teams making it the furthest. With that being said though, what do you guys think? What have been your early takeaways from the Oklahoma City Thunder, and especially with their defense? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But I think that will pretty much do it for this one, and if you enjoyed the video, then don't forget to drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you have not already, and turn on notifications so you never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.